morning and welcome to Tardy Productions. Today we are going to be continuing what we started last week and the week before that and a year ago as well. I'm going to wait for the garage door. So about 3 weeks ago I announced that we will be having a group ride. Also I got shirts made. Well, not shirts. I got one shirt made. It was really cheap, so I got it. Either way, but I announced that we're going to be having a group ride, which I am super excited about. But I gave some details last week, and I also brought up the point that I really need to get my bike in better shape because as it sits now, it's getting better, but it's not in great shape, and I don't want it to be completely clapped out by the time you guys show up to Florida for this ride. Moving right along, I have a couple questions that I'm going to answer that you guys asked in the comments last week and the week before that. They were great questions and something that I really didn't think about and stuff that I did to the bike that you guys didn't actually get to see, which is not really fair to you because you've stayed throughout this entire build. Well, unless you joined late. In that case, you're still welcome. You know, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe. All right, first let's get this dyna out of the way. This fat boy over here. If you guys are new to the channel, this is our 2014 Yamaha Bolt. We've been building it for just about a year now. We've done quite a bit to it. I'm not going to go through it entirely. If you need to catch up, that's totally fine. Go watch some other videos. This is relatively new to the channel. It is a 2000 FXDX Super Glide. This is a holy grail of dynas, super awesome bike, carbureted. It's got a bunch of upgrades. I'm not going to get into that right now because we're in kind of a rush. We're going to be doing quite a few things today. First, I want to answer those questions, and then I want to get into what we're actually going to be working on. One of the questions that I had...
It's me!
It says Puerto Rico on his.
El Bori Gringo.
Get out.
Alright, I got a date.
Someone, actually I think two people, pointed out the fact that the tint on the front forks that we put on last week, and if you guys haven't seen last week's video, it's right here. You can go check it out if you want, but basically we did the front forks, the risers, and then the rear shocks. Either way, the tint on the bottom part of the forks is low, and I thought because it was so thin it wouldn't really matter to go through the fork seals, but as you can see, here, let me wipe this off. As you can see, that's fork oil right there that's on the tint itself. So somebody commented, and they were nice enough to comment this before I destroyed my front fork seals. If you're not careful, that tint will destroy your front fork seals if it's too low. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna chop that. That's very important that we get that done today. Then the next comment, and this has been like a multiple comment thing where a lot of people have asked about it, and I've kind of answered a question, but I didn't really go into any detail, and either way. The next comment was very important, I think, because I never touched on it during this build, and it's part of the bike. Is the headlight. I've gotten so many questions about this headlight. This headlight is a generic Chinese just fog light for your truck. It's a yellow tint one. You can find them on eBay or whatever. I don't know if I would recommend this one because it's a spotlight. It doesn't have any really like direction, so it's really bright for people in front of you, which is nice because I'm always seen. But the only downside to that is it doesn't have a high beam, it doesn't have any flicker switch, it has nothing to it, so it's just a running light. And the way I mounted it was, there's this little bracket that runs between the two bolts that hold the risers. It's a bracket, it's already there, it holds something, I don't remember what it held. So what I did was I welded a few pieces of metal that came with this. It's really bad welds. I actually need to fix that and repaint them, so don't judge. This is probably why I never made a video on it. Two pieces of metal, a little triangle for support, and then it's welded to this bracket that goes across. Now, is this bulletproof? Absolutely not. But it's strong enough to hold the weight, and I can move the bike around. You see, it's strong enough, and it hasn't broken yet. But I hope that answered your question. I know it really wasn't that helpful, but maybe I'll do another video when I upgrade the headlight to something a little bit, you know, sturdier, that possibly has low and high beams. Just something a little bit better. I don't want it to be any bigger than this. I really, really like the look of this. But I hope that helps out and is a good explanation for all the people who are wondering how I did my headlight and what the bracket was and all that. Now that I've touched on that, we need to move on to getting stuff on the bike because I am in a rush. So let's go. And if this scene seems familiar, you probably watched last week's episode. I don't like it as much as I did having the forks all the way black, or at least mostly black, but you know what, it still gets the same effect, and at least I'm not blowing out my fork seals. Task number 2. So our second task at hand is going to be something I've actually never done before. I have the concept down because I've done it on the front one, but I have never bled the rear brakes. That's the valve right there that we're gonna get to. The line runs all the way underneath here, up, and then to this reservoir right here. Eventually, very soon, I will be replacing this reservoir. What do you want, John? But I'm gonna be replacing this reservoir at some point very soon, but right now, probably not gonna be doing that. But we really need to bleed this out because I'm gonna show you what the brake fluid looks like in there. It's not good, and my brakes have gotten really spongy lately, and that's just an accident waiting to happen. So let's bleed that out real quick. Remove this little rubber cap that's on the bleeder valve. Weird. All right, and we're gonna use our certified, expensive brake fluid extractor. We're gonna slip it over top. So if you guys have ever watched a video of mine, you'll know, and I probably mentioned it, brake fluid is super corrosive, so just try not to get it on anything when you're doing this yourself. And if you're not doing this for yourself and you're just watching for entertainment purposes, thanks for watching, for real. Thank you. Seriously, I do appreciate everybody who watches this. Also, on that note, I made this shirt. Oh, I got this shirt made. This is a drawing I did. If you guys want me to put out merch, I kind of want to. I've waited this long to even talk about putting out merch, just because, I don't know, I feel weird selling you guys stuff. If you're interested in it, I'm gonna do a better version of this. This I'll be wearing to our ride, underneath a Hawaiian shirt, of course. But if you guys are interested at all in any merch of any kind, please let me know, because I really would like to know if now is the time to put out merch, or should I wait? What kind of merch would you guys want? Do you want shirts? Do you want lanyards? What do you guys want? So just leave it down in the comments if you guys are interested in anything like that. I already made stickers, so those will be at the ride. If anybody comes to the ride, you're getting free stickers, which, wow, stickers, but I'm excited about it. So if you guys are interested in anything like that, please let me know. Either way, guys, let's get on to this. We gotta get off this little cover, which I believe a number 4 Allen key. So we're just gonna pop this off real quick. There we go. So as you can see, the brake fluid is a bit gross. I would just venture to say that if he never changed this brake fluid, I definitely haven't. So this is the original OEM from 2014 brake fluid. So it's time to get this crap out of there. And I'm just gonna take that out. All right, so here's how you bleed the brakes if you've never done this before and you never watched any of my stuff. We're gonna put pressure down on the rear brake, and then we're just gonna open up this valve. And we're not gonna release that pressure until the valve is closed again. Brake pressure down, and then open this up. You see it goes to the floor, fluid comes out, close it back up, and then it pumps down from there. Okay, so at this point, since the fluid is almost completely gone out of there, we're gonna start pouring in fresh brake fluid, and this is just DOT4 brake fluid, nothing special. Try to keep it, you know, try to get it from an unopened container. This one was opened a few months ago, or a few weeks ago, I mean. So hopefully it's not too bad, but should be just fine. The reservoir is completely empty now. There's a little bit in the corner there I'm just gonna wipe up. So we're gonna run fresh fluid through here. I'm gonna wipe that out, fill it up, and then back brakes should be good. They won't be squishy anymore at least, which was a real problem. Perfect, that took out everything. It is now a clean cup, which I am very happy with because I was afraid that it had permanently damaged that. I want to replace it with like a metal one, like a black metal one. Like imagine that, but black. All right, I think we're good. Now how to remove this. No! So much brake fluid. This fits down in there. We're good. Almost forgot this. That little cap. It's very important to keeping this clean. I think that I might start a second channel called Tardy Productions Travels. Maybe something along those lines. Just because we have so many travel videos that I've filmed and just haven't put out on the channel because it doesn't pertain to motorcycles directly. Now some of the travels, we do ride motorcycles in them, but like I just went to Kentucky at the beginning of the week to visit my parents, and that was going to be the beginning of this video, but I realized like you guys don't really care about traveling. And if you do, like let me know and I'll start that other channel and you guys can go subscribe or whatever. All that being said, this week's been really busy. These are the stickers that I was talking about earlier. I don't know if you can see that very well, but Super dope, and I know they're really small, but I'm really happy with how they turned out, and they're like really nice quality, super thick. They have like 3M tape on the back of them. What do you think, Josiah? Like this? No, I don't like that.
Yeah, and then when you do a wheelie, he'll do a wheelie.
Yeah, my little guy. Okay, enough playing around. We need to do one thing and one thing only. We need to test out this brake fluid because I have made the mistake of not properly doing my brakes before. I've got to get a let it warm up. Alright, so a couple things gathered from that. One, they work because they just set me back down. Two, we just lost our security deposit because I accidentally did a burnout in the garage.
Holy crap. We'll blame Ricardo.
Yeah, there we go. We'll blame Ricardo.
Ricardo, what is that on the street? What have you been doing?
I know, he's out of control, honestly. Okay, so I gotta pull this into the garage. I'm gonna go edit this video so you guys can see it today, which is Sunday for you, but not for me. My name's Aaron, this is Tardy Productions. I'll see you guys next week. Just look at how it looks like really strong sweet tea. Drink up.